The distance between the main train stations in Kurunegala and Mahawar spans around 40 kilometers. Incidentally, there are 8 other train stations in between these 2 main train stations. So trains stop at these 8 stations and another 21 sub-train stations located along this stretch as well. This train, which reaches the Kurunegala train station at 7:30 p.m, signifies its final journey for the day. However, another train then prepares to leave for Mahawar from Kurunegala at this point. This train, incidentally, commences its journey 4 hours after the last train leaves for Mahawar.
We have to suffer the same plight every day from 4 p.m. Our attempts at telling various people, forwarding petitions and taking other action have been futile.
Commuters have been greatly inconvenienced since this train does not leave from a platform and since it prepares to start its journey to Mahawar only after nightfall. We have several disabled soldiers who find it difficult to embark the train due to the lack of a platform. Many of these individuals who have to idle at the Kurunegala train station from 4 p.m. each day reside in areas that are constantly in danger of coming under wild elephant attacks.
We come to Kurunegala in order to make a living. Some even leave their infants at home to make ends meet. When these persons return home, it's 9 or 10. They can only give their children to eat at that time. They have to wake up at 4 a.m. again the following day. After our class finishes at 5, we have to wait until 8:30 or 9 until the train arrives. Once we go home, we don't have time to study. We only have time to wash, eat and sleep. We need to get up early the next day to catch the train.
Shouldn't the train timetable between Mahawar and Kurunegala be looked at yet again in a bid to ensure the rights of children to spend more time studying and the rights of parents to spend more quality time with their children? Minister of Transport, this is over to you.
On to more railway-related news now. Minister of Transport Kumara Welgama has assured devotees travelling for the Madhu festival that they need not have concerns regarding transport services. The minister made this statement while seeing off a special train that will carry devotees to the Madhu church.
The special train service launched in lieu of the festival at the Madhu church left from the Nigambo railway station this morning. Around 700 devotees were on board the special train that left for the annual Madhu festival. For the first time ever, 6 trains were deployed for devotees to travel for the Madhu festival. In addition to this, 40 SLTV buses will transport them from Madhavachya to the Madhu church. Because of this, devotees will not face any problems with regard to transport.
United National Party parliamentarian Sajid Premadas expressed these views at a public meeting in Dambulla today.
Sajid Premadasa ජාතික ප්‍රශ්න ගැන කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. කොන්ක්‍රීට් කරපු පාරවල් කැඩුණු එකයි.
Many people tell me that Sajid Premadas does not speak of national issues in parliament and instead only talks about concrete roads in Hambantota going into a state of disuse and about the farmers in the area. To such people I wish to say that I remember those who voted for me. At a time when the number of UNP members gradually decreased from the number seen in 2004 all across the island, it was the people who gave their strength to maintain the same number seen in 2004 in the Hambantota district. It was these people who voted for those 2 MPs and cast their preferential votes for them. Therefore, I will fulfill my responsibility on behalf of them.
The Joint Committee of Trade Unions of the Inland Revenue Department staged a protest today against the assault on the head of the Mathura office of the Inland Revenue Department. The protest was held opposite the Inland Revenue Department head office in Colombo.
The protest was spearheaded by 4 trade unions. The protesters urged the perpetrators responsible for assaulting the head of the Mathura office of the Inland Revenue Department to be brought to book and also urged for their safety to be assured. The assault launched on the head of the Mathura office today may spread to other parts of the country tomorrow. If this happens, it will be the law of the jungle that prevails. We don't expect a situation to arise where the law is taken into one's own hands. Therefore, the government has a massive responsibility. We say that you must intervene and take actions to ensure the safety of these officers. When inquired, police media spokesperson SP Prashant Jaikudi said that statements have already been recorded from 12 persons in relation to the incident, adding that a team of CID officers has also been sent to the Mathura area to look into the matter.
Still on local news, a function was held today in the Akurasa area under the patronage of UMP parliamentarian Buddhika Patrana. Here are some of the views expressed at the occasion.
The function was organised to distribute nutritional items to preschool children in the Ihalakyadu area in Akurasa. When husbands smoke, the expectant wives become secondary smokers. What happens in the end? A child possessing respiratory and heart ailments is born. I can ethically speak about this because I don't do what certain politicians do. They go to temple in the morning, speak about ethics at schools in the evening, and then drink and smoke with friends later on.
On to some business news now. The Ceylon Chamber of Commerce organised a forum for public and private sector dialogue on the Western Province withholding tax today. Here are some of the views expressed at the occasion.
Speaking at the event held in Colombo, Duminda Hulangamo pointed out that there are practical issues when it comes to the implementation of the withholding tax.
There were practical issues that most of the traders brought up, in the sense that if you sell to your provincial, if you sell to your customer, your dealer who's in the Western Provincial Council, who's primarily in the Western Provincial Council, his geographical area of sale need not be in the Western Provincial Council. For example, he might be in Kalutara and he might sell in Hikkaduwa, down the coastal belt. So in which case, how would you know the volume of turnover your customer is going to carry out in the Western Provincial Council? Because based on that only you have to deduct the tax, because there is no jurisdiction outside the Western Provincial Council sales to be taxed. So those are some of the practical issues that people will face.
Meanwhile, officials of the Western Province Inland Revenue Department stated that the tax system was revised with the aim of increasing revenue for the province.
We have only changed the payment mechanism of taxes. We have introduced two methods. One is the payment made on a monthly basis based on the previous quarter's turnover tax. 1/3 of that turnover can be paid monthly. This is applicable to those who pay more than 10% as turnover tax. According to the withholding tax at the sales point, buyers should be charged 1% and this should be sent to the authority.
The 47th Colombo District's Scout Camporee commenced at the Viharamadevi Park in Colombo today. Vice Chairman of the Asia Pacific Regional Scout Committee, Prakob Mukura, was the chief guest at the occasion.
The opening ceremony of the 47th Scouts Camporee commenced at the open-air theatre of the Viharamadevi Park today. News First is the media sponsor of this event. Commissioners of the Scout Association of Colombo and Scouts and Girl Guides representing the Western Province attended the ceremony. Incidentally, this is the first time that the Vice Chairman of the Asia Pacific Regional Scout Committee attended an opening ceremony of a camporee. Scouts performed several cultural items as well.
I'm really pleased that I have this evening to spend with you, because as stated by your District Commissioner, Colombo is a very special place for people who have been associated with the Colombo Camporee for nearly 46 years before this event started. I was associated with this event for nearly 25 of those occasions.
It is my great honor to be here today. The camporee is a very important activity of the Scouting, organizing for the young people to developing.
Incidentally, Scouts were awarded with the President's Badge Award at the occasion. Meanwhile, several Scouts and Girl Guides who excelled in various fields were also commended. The Colombo District Scout Camporee will be held until Monday under the theme Forward with Effort and Unity.